Good day everyone, I'm Wilma Zay Rakab and today I'm going to discuss the basic skills of volleyball. If we want to have a strong base in volleyball and be able to join any game or group, whether it be indoors at your school or university or your local gym or on the beach, you need to have a high level of the 6 basic skills of volleyball. These skills are also known as the fundamental skills of volleyball. The stronger your fundamental skills are, the better volleyball player you can become. The 6 basic skills, the first one is passing, which is forearm pass or bump. Next is setting, which is the overhead pass. Then next is spiking, blocking, digging, and the last is serving. That is why the volleyball phrase bump, set, spike is often said to sum up volleyball. Even though this is the basic flow of volleyball, there are a number of options and strategies beyond the simple pass, set, spike combination. Passing or forearm pass or bump. The forearm pass or bump is the most basic skill in volleyball, but uh, also the most important as it forms the core action of the game. It is very important that the player has a bulletproof forearm pass from a solid platform. The idea of a pass is to use one's forearms to play the ball to one of your teammates. Passing is often said to be the most important skill of volleyball. This is as every play or movement flows from the first pass. If the first pass is bad, then it is different to execute the following skills no matter how you well play the volleyball. If you could only master one volleyball skill, then that skill should be passing. As you can see in the first picture, the passing ready position, and the next picture is the passing bump position. And then next is the steps on how to perform it. First step, get in position or don't wait for the ball. A good player in any sport doesn't wait for the ball to come to them, but rather moves into the ideal position to play the ball the way they want to. Before the ball is even coming towards you, it is important to be in a good ready position, watching the ball and trying to anticipate where it will go. Make sure you are pacing and focused on the ball as soon as you know the ball is coming to you and that you are going to play it. You should move your arms and hands into the correct position in front of you. Do not wait until the ball is on top of you to move your hands. Be ready. The idea is to create the perfect platform to rebound the ball off your forearm so that you can play the ball in a controlled manner. A good way to do this is to match up your thumbnails. If your thumbnails and wrists are together, the rest of your platform will be even. Then twist your elbows, exposing the soft under elbow to the sky. Keep your arms straight, and then your legs should be a little farther than shoulder width apart, feet parallel and knees slightly bent. Second step, bump the ball. Keep your arms straight as the ball contacts your forearms. As the ball hits the knees, extend to help raise the arms forward. Note your legs move your arms upward. Your arms do not swing upward. Straightening the legs completes the pass motion and try to maintain a positive position. Lean slightly forward so you play the ball forward and not backwards. The next basic skills of volleyball is setting or the overhead pass. Since the sport is called volleyball, you may think that volleying is the most important skill of the game. Volleying or setting is the next step in the fast set spike flow of volleyball. The set is how you set up a great attack. To set or volley, form a triangle with the fingers and thumbs of both hands above the forehead. Note, the thumbs do not touch. With the hands over the forehead, feet about shoulder width apart, and the right foot slightly forward, knees slightly bent, and the body leaning slightly forward. Receive the ball with the hands, the index fingers, and the thumb will form a triangle around three panels of the ball. Extend the knees and straighten the arms to follow through the target area. In the first picture, you can see hands above forehead, triangle with four fingers and thumbs, right foot slightly forward, and in the next picture, you also can see elbows forward, not out, push up by straightening legs. A set is a kind of volley that is usually the second hit and is intended to set up one of your teammates for an attack. Aim and position is important when setting, as a good set allows your teammate to hit the ball effectively, while a bad set will make it difficult for your teammate to execute the hit well. The next basic skill is the spiking. This is where the actions happen. Spiking both looks and feels fantastic when executed well. This is the most common and glamorous attack, although there are other offensive shots a player can make. A spike or hit is when a player jumps and hits the ball over the net with one-handed, overhead swinging motion. The player contacts the ball with an open hand in what looks like a kind of a downward slap. The idea is to spike the ball with a lot of power, making it difficult for the other team when they receive the ball. Jumping while spiking adds power and momentum to the strike, while also giving the player height with which aim to the ball. Highly skilled players will be able to aim the ball at different spots around the court where they think the defense may be weak at that moment. Next is the steps. Step 1, the approach. Start by taking a big step with your weaker foot, open the left foot, and then a large second step with your strong right foot. Finally, plant your first foot next to your second foot. Usually, place your left foot next to your right and jump. The best jump comes from a two-footed base. When jumping, it is about timing both with your feet and arriving at the right place and height to hit the ball. Step 2, the jump. When jumping, it is important to swing your arms to generate more height and momentum. Start with your hands on the side of your body, swing them straight back, and then thrust them forward and up. This motion gives your jump extra height and allows your arms to get ready for the hit. Then step 3, the hit. As you jump, the hitting arm is raised with the elbow shoulder high. At the apex of the jump, lead with your elbow and extend the arm to hit the ball with your palm. As you strike the ball with your wrist, should snap forward so that the heel of your hand strikes the ball, then follow through. And then the last step, step 4, landing. Finally, land softly and in control. Remember, the goal of the jump is height, not distance. Next skill is the blocking. A block is when a player is near the net and jumps up with their hands above their head to block the opposition's attacking shot. A block is a great way to reduce the power of the opposition's attack. It also puts pressure on the opposition during their play, as it reduces their options during the final strike. When blocking, focus on the ball and jump vertically to gain maximum height. Keep both arms raised above your head with your hands close together and fingers spread wide. Try to place your hands and arms slightly forward. When possible, due to a high enough jump, it is ideal to stretch your hands and arms over the net, pointing downward in order to rebound the ball down on the opposition side. land facing the net, and maintain control. It is important not to touch the net. Then, next basic skill of volleyball is digging. Digging is a defensive volleyball skill that is very important. A dig is a pass carried out by a player on your team after the ball is played over the net by the opposition team. A dig often has to recover a hard-driven shot or spike from the opposition team. A successful dig keeps your team in the point and prepares your team for the counter-attack. And next is other kinds of volleyball digs. We have covered the traditional digs using two arms similar to a normal pass. There are also overhead digs and dives. The overhead dig when the ball is hit towards you above your shoulders and you do not think it is going out, you can use an overhead dig. The best overhead dig is to use two hands and form a triangle or cross link by your thumbs. Your one hand should be on top of the other. Then play the ball with your inside palm. Make sure you hit the ball up towards the net by keeping it on your side. The overhand dig is not an easy to control but can become a good tool in your arsenal once practiced. When under pressure, it is possible to also use the overhead dig with one hand. Next is diving. If the ball is hit too far away from you to perform a traditional dig, then you might need to dive. When diving or sliding, stretch your body forward with your knees bent. It is important to get low to the ground and your arms parallel to the floor. Make sure to keep your chin up so not to hit it on the floor. The goal of the slide is to get the ball up so your teammates can continue to play it. When done right, diving shouldn't hurt, especially if wearing volleyball knee pads. The last is serving. We have left serving for last because although some people may describe serving as the most important skill of volleyball, as it is the first weapon you can use to score a point. We think other skills and more critical to your volleyball game. A good serve is very important in game. It can score a point, begins the game, and can set you up for a good counter offensive. If you have a bad serve, you can make it too easy for the opposition to attack. More importantly, when a serve is hit into the net or out, it is a lost point, also known as unforced error. Great serves put the opposition at an immediate disadvantage for the point. Players can choose to serve overhand or underhand. Usually, beginners use underhand serves and it can be easier for the opposition team to play. However, there are some very aggressive underhand serves that can be mastered. A good serve is made up of accurate targeting and variations of speed and spin. The speed of a serve is affected by the speed and timing of your arm swing, whether it be overhead or underarm serve. Make sure to follow through with your swing for maximum speed, power, and accuracy. Spin. Adding spin to a serve can make playing it much trickier. It can either make it drop quickly or unexpectedly, or cause it to rebound off the player's arms unpredictably. Spin is a great technique to add to your serving repertoire, but it does take time to learn it. The official rules of volleyball give players 8 seconds to serve the ball after the referee blows the whistle. However, some recreational leagues only allow for 5 seconds. When serving, it is important to take your time and consider your strategy for the serve. Understand what you are trying to achieve with the serve. And that's all for the 6 basic skills of volleyball. Thank you.